The President. Addresses. Mr. Peter SHIU will address the Council on Public Accounts Committee Report number 80. Mr. Peter SHIU. President, on behalf of the Public Accounts Committee, or the P.A.C, I now submit P.A.C. Report number 80 to the Council. The report covers all the chapters in Report number 80 of the Director of Audit, including Chapter 5, Maintenance and Improvement of School Premises for Aided Schools. Public hearings were held on the topic. I will now present the findings of the public hearings. The P.A.C. understands that the focus of the audit review was on maintenance and repair works for aided school premises carried out between 2020 and 2022. It was a time when daily operations of schools were seriously disrupted by the COVID-19 epidemic. Inevitably, the works were delayed. The P.A.C. is pleased to learn that good progress has been made when the epidemic eased and that improvement measures were implemented in accordance with the recommendations in the audit report. However, the P.A.C. notes that there is room for improvement in the existing maintenance and repair regime for school premises. Under the existing mechanism, schools may carry out minor repair works with the recurrent grant provided by the Education Bureau. For major repairs projects, schools may apply for a non-recurrent grant. At present, the thresholds of minimum repairs cost for major repairs projects vary for different types of school. That is $3,000 for primary schools and special schools, and $8,000 for secondary schools. The thresholds were last reviewed by the Education Bureau in April 2009. The P.A.C. is of the opinion that it is time for the Education Bureau to review the relevant thresholds and implement a regular review mechanism to reflect changes in price level. The Education Bureau should also consider imposing the same threshold on all types of school and explore whether schools should be allowed more flexibility to carry out repair works in exceedance of the cost threshold or emergency repair works at their own cost. Concerning applications during the review process, the EDB should consult stakeholders widely and report the results to LegCo as soon as possible. Concerning applications for major repairs projects, the Education Bureau would classify them in terms of urgency. Urgent requests would be dealt with immediately, while general requests would go through the major repairs assessment mechanism. All approved projects would be conducted by term consultants and contractors engaged by the Education Bureau. The term consultants' assessment on the project would affect the priority of the project. The P.A.C. is concerned that, according to the Director of Audit's report, term consultants did not maintain a detailed record of their assessments on the repairs projects in order to justify their assessment. The P.A.C. recommends that the Education Bureau reviews the assessment guidelines for term consultants, requires full compliance of such guidelines, and keeps proper record of the grounds for each item of assessment via a computer system. The P.A.C. also recommends that a communication platform be established by the Education Bureau to ensure that the same set of assessment guidelines is adopted by term consultants when vetting applications from schools. The P.A.C. was informed that for easy management, the Education Bureau had carved the maintenance term contracts for all aided schools in Hong Kong into 6 contracts by districts. Each contract covers 121 to 166 schools. Between year 2020 and 2022, the 6 maintenance term contracts were awarded to 3 contractors. Each of them were responsible for 265 to 305 schools. To introduce more competition, the P.A.C. recommends that the Education Bureau further split up the contracts and reduce the number of schools under each contract. This will allow more small to medium-scale contractors to join the fray and expedite the progress of works under the contracts. To better coordinate maintenance and improvement works of school premises, the P.A.C. urges the Education Bureau to enhance communication with schools, offer suitable support according to their needs, and continue to monitor and improve the performance of term consultants and contractors through various means. Finally, I thank the members of the P.A.C. for their contribution. I also thank the witnesses for appearing before the P.A.C., as well as the Director of Audits and his team for their cooperation and support. Thank you, President.
Questions. Question 1, Dr. Wendy Hong. Thank you, Mr. President. There are views